The intersection right behind me here is the intersection where a 15-year-old boy was hit by a Ford Ranger while attempting to cross the street on Thursday night. Safe Kids Clark County suggests leaving a cell phone or a bag in the back seat as a reminder to check before exiting the vehicle. And children aren't the only ones to be concerned about. Leaving a pet in the back seat can lead to harmful effects just as quickly and as devastating. The allergen in the air right now is the pollen from the ash trees. Towards the end of March will come mulberry, and then the biggest culprit, the olive tree. Coming up, I'll take a look at what's getting football fans and gamblers excited about the big game. Wind and dust taking over the valley. I'm Mandy Massa. Coming up at 5, how much longer the haze will be in town and when speeds will die down. One man is critically injured and another in custody following a shooting just steps away from North Las Vegas City Hall. Good evening, thanks for joining us. I'm Mandy Massa. An unusual sight on the coast of California. Take a look as the U.S. Coast Guard is seen removing a whale skull from Point Loma Beach in San Diego. No word yet on when action will be taken on this measure. Live in the newsroom, I'm Mandy Massa, Fox 5 News, Local, Las Vegas. "13 pedestrian deaths on Nevada roadways so far this year, 12 of those occurring in Clark County. A growing problem that can't be ignored, there were over 70 pedestrian deaths in the state last year.
Traffic laws are important. We take too much focus on some of these more serious violent crimes, but the thing is, the sad tragedy about all this is people are making mistakes, and these mistakes are leading to people losing their life.
The Nevada Department of Transportation has dedicated almost $10 million to improving pedestrian safety conditions, and more than half will be used to fund projects in Clark County specifically.
Switching it to the LED heads, in some cases if it's seen that the one arm is not enough, we'll add in a second arm to increase the lighting at the intersection.
And there's also a new bill being introduced to lawmakers that aims to reduce the number of pedestrian deaths by designating pedestrian safety zones, where fines will double for infractions.
When we remind them that the cost for getting caught behaving badly increases, they see that happening to themselves. So we think it's going to be quite effective.
Sherry Bush's son was killed while attempting to cross the street in 2013. Now, Bush advocates for pedestrian safety by leading community forums such as the one held here in Clark County last week. When attendees were asked if they've ever almost been hit by a car while crossing the street, nearly all of them raised their hands.
If you are not aware of your surroundings in 360 degrees, and you let your guard down and underestimate your own vulnerability, they will get you here.
But will improving pedestrian road conditions be enough to solve the problem? Is it simply the drivers who are being careless, or is the pedestrians as well?
No one ever thinks it's going to be them. They're not going to be the driver that hits somebody, or they're not going to be the pedestrian or the bicyclist that gets hit.
Just remember, even though you're utilizing a crosswalk, you have to give consideration to that vehicle, because every time that vehicle will win, even if they're in the wrong.
Reporting for Studio G, I'm Mandy Massa. March Madness is underway, and visitors from around the country have made their way to Las Vegas to watch, wager, and win.
There are certain events that Las Vegas does better than anybody else. The Super Bowl and March Madness. This is the first real big day of March Madness, and if you go into the Westgate Sportsbook and you go into their showroom, it is it's pandemonium, but it's good pandemonium because everybody's excited about being in Las Vegas. There's nothing like watching the game here.
The unique experience Las Vegas offers fans is certainly good for local business.
It's better than good, it's great for business.
Jimmy Vaccaro, one of the original and most notable odds makers in the sports betting business, says the house is packed.
We're dealing with about 2,000 more people that we would normally see on a Saturday that will come in during the course of the day, in and out. Upstairs we have a ballroom with 1,000 people in it. We had to turn some people away because we just didn't have enough room.
Vaccaro says the increase in business is usually due to big events where you can place a bet.
Sports betting in general has just taken off here in Nevada. From what we did 5 years ago to where we are now, it's just like incrementally, it's jumped close to 10% a year.
And the tournament specifically, it continues to grow as well.
We all benefit here of the growth of this tournament. It's grown about 7% a year in the past 5 years. That's a huge jump in sports betting.
The growth of the tournament over the past decade has been so great that it's now being compared to one of the biggest sporting events of the year.
First 4 days of the tournament, it's like 4 days of Super Bowl. It's a little, Super Bowl is actually a little easier to manage because there's just the one game, whereas there's one game after another, so it keeps us pretty busy.
To deal with the extra rush, hotels and casinos here in town must make adjustments, beneficial to local residents looking for a job.
We bring in temps to help us out because it's the 4 days, like I said, it starts early. We open at 7, we'll close 11 or 12 depending on the crowd. So it's a long day, so we have to have some extra bodies.
The Las Vegas economy is reaping the benefits as well. Last year, the city had more than 3.6 million visitors during the month of March. And the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority expects to surpass that number this year.
Town is on fire. It's really great for our economy, like 96% occupancy rate in the rooms, and we have to fill 160,000 rooms here. That's where we have our bread and butter, and events like this and the way they promote it, the excitement that's here, everybody has to come to Las Vegas.
The madness that takes over the city won't be going anywhere anytime soon.
It's a whole week of where the city really, it benefits everybody because you have extra people coming in here, and it's just something that's grown leaps and bounds in the past 10 years. Where it's going to end, kid, you're smarter than me if you know.
Reporting for Studio G, I'm Mandy Massa.